In this video, we're going to talk about the different levels of critiques that you can make for a classmate's work. Uh, when you want to make a critique for someone's work, simply hit the reply button after their post, and then you'll be able to type in your response. Your response can also include images if you choose to. Up in front of us now, we see the Art Critique Forum rubric. This is an image that I pulled directly off of Moodle. Our Art 100 Moodle site has many rubrics for you to see how to get the score that you desire for the assignments. In the Art Critique Forum rubric, you'll notice that there's a quality of response. You'll notice that there is a deadline for when those responses come in. There are references to and support. And then finally, command of standard English with very little errors. The biggest issue here is that your response is relevant, specific, and detailed to the artwork, and it connects to course experiences and concepts. So let's take a look at an example response. The first response is one from last semester that got a 6. In this case, they say, I really like the photos you chose, along with the limited amount of words used. Both aspects really got your point across. So this is something that, we call I really like it or I didn't like it. It's a very shallow quote. And in this case, though, what we want to move beyond I like it to saying why. So this person says, I like the photos you chose. What did this person like about them? That piece is missing. It says both aspects really got your point across. Okay, great, but how did they get that point across? In this case, this quote doesn't really reach up into an area that's going to give it much credit. The next quote is an example of an 8. Veronica, I'm in love with your piece. It's really hard to think of good greeting card lines, but this is so creative. I love to travel, and I think traveling with someone is really special. This is a perfect message to give someone who is really special to you. I would actually buy this card if it was in a store. Really, really great work. Okay, so there's a lot of emotion and interest in this response, but it doesn't really, again, get up into that area of how or why this person responds so remarkably to this card. So they have a little bit of interpretation here, looking at it, thinking about traveling, thinking that it's a good message to give to someone who is really special. Those are things they're pulling from the card that aren't necessarily very obvious in the card itself, but in this case, it doesn't say why or how those things occur to the viewer. If we're looking at a quality quote that gets a 10, a perfect score, you'll notice it doesn't need to be a lot of text, but this one just nails it. And in this case, this card looks like something a young married person would give to their spouse. The path on the outside could represent a journey, saying the marriage is the beginning of a new journey with another person. So right away, immediately here, they've interpreted the card. The path on the outside could represent a journey. So it's not that that is immediately apparent in the card. This is something that this person has pulled from the card and made an interpretation about. It says, I like the number of pictures inside. It's not about any one picture or place. It's about all the places they'll go together. So this person is kind of taking what is there and presenting some of the ideas that it brings up for them. And you'll notice here they're not ripping into this as some people think a critique is a very negative thing. In this case, it's a positive affirmation of the card as we see it, but it's something that allows the person who made the card to get an idea about how that card is seen by other people. And finally, if you have any questions, definitely check out the Art Critique Forum rubric on Moodle. Thanks for watching the video.